welcome to today's video. If you are new here, my name is Steph and I bring you videos all about cruelty-free makeup and a touch of lifestyle. Once again, I am Sans Makeup because today we are going to be testing out the new Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. Super excited to see some new cruelty-free drugstore releases this year. Physicians Formula has been generally a favorite drugstore brand of mine for some time, and if you've followed me at all for any amount of time, you probably know that my only real complaint with the brand is that they lack a broad range of colors. Generally, they will put out 2 to 3 shades in a foundation, so I was super excited because they've actually released 12 shades with this specific line. They had this little paper here beside the display, so I pulled one off to show you guys. So they have broken it down into light, medium, and dark shades with a mix of warm, cool, and neutral. So I am happy to say that they have expanded their range. I do think, of course, there's always room for improvement. I mean, if you look at Rihanna's line, Fenty has like 40 or something shades, which I think is ideal, but I have to give credit, they are expanding their line. So I chose the shade Light Cool number 1. It is the lightest, cooler shade. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure that it's gonna match, but we'll see. So I'm going to apply this on camera. I think I'm gonna use a brush for one side of my face, and then I'll go ahead and use a sponge for the other side. And we're gonna see how it wears throughout the day. I'm gonna take you guys along with me and we'll do check-ins and see how it goes. So I am gonna apply a primer first because I always do. It's a constant for me. Whenever I review a foundation on this channel as well, I always wear a primer. So today I am going to be using the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. It is a really nice primer. It's a little bit thin in consistency, but it is moisturizing and just creates a really nice base for your makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply that with my fingers. So before I apply this to my face, I did pull up the website here and I just wanted to read you the claims. So it says this is a long-wearing, buildable, and breathable foundation that provides lightweight, medium to full coverage with a healthy satin finish. It also contains a brightening complex and hyaluronic acid to hydrate, brighten, and improve the appearance of skin tone. It does have some skincare properties as well, which I always appreciate. So we're gonna see how this goes. I think it has a doe foot. It does. It has a doe foot applicator. I do really enjoy the packaging. It's glass, it's sleek, it looks high end. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, it was $20.99 Canadian. That's pricey for a drugstore foundation. I feel like at Shoppers Drug Mart, everything's a little bit higher priced. I'll put the prices below that Ulta is charging because I'm sure it'll be less. Either way, it is still a bit of a pricey item for the drugstore, so we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we're gonna apply half with a brush and half with a sponge. Okay, so I am going to just go ahead and dab some of this all over. Yeah, I guess I'll just apply it directly to my skin. It looks like a better match than I thought it might be in the bottle. My chin is really the area that I want to cover the most. I have scarring. I always get a couple large pimples hormonally each month in that area. So yeah, that's the area that I really want to cover. I'm gonna go ahead and take a brush. This is the Zoeva 104 buffing brush, really a great brush. And I'm just gonna start to blend this in. Might be a little bit lighter than I had thought, but the next color up I know is definitely going to be too dark, so that's the problem when you are pale like myself. But the good thing is that I can just add a little bit of bronzer, so I'm not too worried. It's blending pretty nicely and it does already seem to have a really nice satin finish. And it did do a pretty good job of covering up the scarring on my chin. There is still just a little bit there though, so I'm gonna see how this builds up. I'm actually gonna apply a little bit more all over because they did say that this was a buildable foundation, and quite honestly, I'm not getting a whole lot on the doe foot when I pull it out. Well, that's what she said. I wouldn't say this is full coverage because I'm still getting that scarring down there. I mean, if I dab it, we'll see. Try it like that. I do also have some redness around my nose that I like to try and cover up. I do think this is going to crease a little under my eyes. I have some fine lines there and I can already see it starting to settle in a little bit, but we'll check in on that. Okay, so that is half of my face done with the foundation and a brush. It has evened everything out. I really like the finish that it has. It's very satin, which I do enjoy. I prefer a satin to a dewy finish over a matte finish because my skin is dry. It did a pretty good job. I wouldn't say it's full coverage, but I would definitely say medium. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply some foundation on the other side and blend it out with a beauty sponge, and we'll see how that works. I know it looks like I'm putting a ton on my face, but it is coming out in like the thinnest little pieces. So I really feel like I don't even have that much on. And blend this with my dampened beauty sponge. Okay, so I am definitely achieving a thinner and less full coverage application when I use the beauty sponge. I'm not sure that I really love it as much as I do with the brush. So I would say the brush is definitely the better way to apply this foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead, just like I did on the other side, add a little bit more, and then go ahead and blend it out with the brush. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It's very light. I feel like I look like a ghost now though. This is definitely a really light shade. So this is the initial application with no other makeup. I'm not gonna apply powder today because I just wanna see how the foundation wears on its own. It's nice so far. I do like it. It's not like blowing my mind right away. I'm not like, oh my God, this is life-changing. But I like it. It's evened out my skin tone. It's definitely medium coverage. If it doesn't crease and it wears well throughout the day, can definitely see myself, you know, reaching for this more. But those are the things that we have yet to investigate. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply the rest of my makeup. I will check back in with you guys in a few minutes, and then I will do various check-ins throughout the day. All right, so I have done the rest of my makeup. I will say I am feeling pretty pale today. I don't know though, I feel like this truly was the closest match for me. The next one, which is LW2, was way too warm for my skin tone. I could tell in the bottle that it was just gonna pull too orange on me. So we'll see how this goes throughout the day as your skin kind of warms up and the foundation kind of melds in. Sometimes it can oxidize a bit, and sometimes that can work in your favor if it doesn't turn too orange, but we will see. Right now, I do feel pretty pale though. If you're curious about what I put on the rest of my face, I used the Too Faced Natural Love palette. I love this palette, you guys. I used Honey Butter and Nude in the crease, and then I put Honey Pot on my lid. I also used my favorite bronzer, which is from Elate Cosmetics. It's just it's a powder bronzer, but it does a really nice job of giving you like kind of a goddessy sheen to the cheeks. Really love that. For blush, I used my Physicians Formula Happy Glow Booster Blush in Warm. I love this one, I have for years. And for highlight, what did I use? I used the Stila Heaven Hue highlighter in Kitten. It has fallen out of the darn pan, but I love it. I use this one quite a bit. It's very glowy and pretty, so that is on my cheekbones. And then for lipstick, I'm trying out a new lippy, also from the Physicians Formula Healthy line, and this is just called the Healthy Lip. It's a velvet finish, and I have the shade All Natural Nude. Very neutral color. It's not sticky, and it dries to a semi-matte finish, which I really appreciate. I'm not a huge fan of all matte lipsticks. I just feel like they don't look the most flattering on my lips. So anyways, I am off to take my kids to an indoor playground. It is freezing outside. They need to go burn off some energy. Rylan has hockey later today, so just a bunch of running around to do, but I will check in with you guys throughout the day and let you know how everything holds up. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick check-in before we left. I've had the foundation on for about close to an hour now, and I just wanted to show you guys how everything's settled. So I'm gonna zoom you in. So everything's actually sitting up pretty nicely. My chin is definitely my problem area. You can see a little bit of scarring, but nothing too severe. It's not emphasizing pores. It doesn't look cakey. It actually looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy so far, and I like how everything else layered on top, like that highlight I think looks really good today. So I am off to take my kids to an indoor playground for a bit, but I will check in with you guys in a bit. Hey guys, okay, it is freezing outside. It is a -25 with the wind chill, which, I mean, at least I can say that this foundation withstands very cold weather, if that's a thing. I've had it on for about 5 hours, and I'm in really natural bright lighting, so I'm gonna zoom you guys in. It's held up on my chin pretty well, but right around my nose you can probably tell that it is starting to break down a bit. It hasn't creased under my eyes, which I really thought it would. It looks pretty much the same on my cheeks. So I still like the foundation. I'm not saying that it is a holy grail, oh my gosh, at this point, but I like it. It is performing pretty well. So we're gonna take Rye to hockey, and I'm going hockey. I'll check in with you guys in a bit. All right guys, so it is now almost 8 p.m. I have had this foundation on for roughly 10 hours today, and I gotta say, I like it. I don't love it. I have started to see some wear on my chin and around my nose area. That happened around the 6-hour mark. So I mean, it did hold up fairly well, but I like to say 8 hours is a good wear time for a foundation. You know, that's an average work day. I just feel like I look tired and worn out today. I'm not a huge fan of my makeup. I don't think my skin looks amazingly flawless. I feel like I still look really pale. I have been out in the cold weather quite a bit today, and I think my eyes started to water a bit, so I realize that's probably part of it. But as far as the foundation goes, I like it, but I'm just not wowed by it. It's definitely not gonna be a holy grail for me. Will I use it again? Yes, I will definitely reach for it again, but not on a day where I'm going to like a special event or I'm gonna be taking pictures. I feel like it's just kind of like an everyday running errands, sort of run-of-the-mill foundation. It didn't oxidize on me, and I do feel like the lightest shade is a little bit light, even for my skin tone, so it does make me look a little bit paler than usual. I know the next shade up is going to be too warm tone. I hate to complain about that because they have really expanded their color range here. So I feel like, you know, there is something to be said about that. However, just for me, the match wasn't 100%. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give this around a 7. It's good, it's not amazing. You know, it's, like I said, it's totally wearable. It applied nicely. I definitely preferred the application with a brush as opposed to the dampened beauty sponge. I did like the doe foot applicator. I don't have any other foundations with this applicator, so that was all right. The price point was a bit high for how it performed for me. $20. I know you can definitely get it cheaper in other places, but here in Canada at the drugstore, you are probably gonna pay about $20, and you know, that's expensive. So I don't know, for the amount that I paid, I wouldn't repurchase it. I will use it on days that I'm just kind of, you know, wanna freshen up without doing a full face of makeup. It's not bad, it's just not the best. That's kind of my closing statement. One of my goals for 2018 is to review a lot more foundations. I'm running very low on foundation. Last year I had a bunch and I worked to use them all up, which I was pretty successful at, but this year I really want to get back into reviewing a lot. So I would love for you guys to leave me a comment below. Let me know what foundations you would like to be reviewed on this channel, and other products, of course, as well too. I would love to know if you guys tried this, what your thoughts are. And again, if you have more foundations you would like me to try, please leave a note in the comment section. I will be happy to do that for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to go ahead and do so. Take care of each other, guys, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.